Simple class today.
So it's looking good now.
So what?
It's just looking good now.
SKYPE, so this for me? It's yours?
Oh, that's yours.
What?
All right, you good for more. Good. Shalom, Israel. It's I.S.U.P.K. Wednesday night, biblical law class held down in Chicago. You understand? There's a day that's going on in about a week. You understand that everyone's going to start loving up and celebrating and looking at something that's so special and amazing. But really, that's not the case. You understand? It's coming up next week on Thursday. Does anyone know what that day on Thursday is? You know what that Thursday day is? It's coming up. Anybody?
Thursday?
There's a holiday on Thursday next week.
Oh, that 4th of July.
4th of July. You understand? America's most loved holiday. You understand? And the whole point about that holiday is, even though everyone in America loves it, the Lord don't. You understand? The Lord doesn't love no 4th of July. He's never been loving 4th of July, and he never shall love the 4th of July. You understand? On some popular belief, the Lord isn't about no celebrations and holidays that America even promotes to the slightest.
Right.
You understand? And that's in the scriptures, of course, and we're going to bring it out. You understand? It's against the law of the scriptures and of the Lord to celebrate July 4th.
Right.
You know? So we're going to start going into that on why and everything like that. So the first scripture I want to grab, let's grab me Jeremiah 10, verse 1. If you could. Get that as well. You got it?
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Listen, O house of Israel, all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Lord is talking to you about something. You know what I'm saying? You need to open your ears, maybe get a Q-tip and get all that earwax out so you can hear what the Lord's about to say to you. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
And don't learn the ways of the heathen. You understand? If you go back to history and you find out what July 4th, or in quote, Independence Day was really about, does it have anything to do with Black, Hispanic, Native Indians?
Lie.
You understand? Does it have to do with the independence of Black people, Hispanic people?
Lie, sir.
Hell no, it don't. You understand? The independence of July 4th is not for, in quote, what you want to call Americans. It's for the so-called white man.
That's right.
You understand? Regardless if you a black man, a Hispanic, a Native Indian man, woman, or child, that day only has something to do with the so-called white man and his families.
Right.
You understand? Because why? Because he's the one that owned the country back then in 1776.
Right.
You understand? That was when he separated himself from Great Britain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was great. They separated themselves from Great Britain and got their own independence. You understand? The whole point of the matter is 1776, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians were still captives.
That's right.
You understand? Still slaves,
Right.
picking cotton from sun up to sundown. You understand? Being whipped and hung and lynched and every other thing you can name in the bingo book.
That's right.
You understand? That's what was happening. I don't see no independence. You understand? You were still calling a so-called white man massa.
Right.
You understand? You were still suckling their children. You understand? You were still taking care of their households.
That's right.
And doing and their crops and their fields and everything that you could think of had to do with building up the structure of America. You were still doing back in 1776.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Where was your independence? Did you have independence in 1776? No, you did not. You understand? But at the same time, in 2019, all black Hispanic Indians are about to go over to the park. They're about to go to their backyards, get the grill, get some pork and some hot dogs and hamburgers, wearing their American flag T-shirts, you understand, and shooting off fireworks.
Right.
That's what's going to be going down next Thursday in the black and Hispanic Native Indian households and communities for I don't know what reason.
Right.
You understand? There's no reason for a black man to shoot those fireworks up in the sky, to go to the park and salute the American flag and wear it on your body and get it tattooed on your skin like it's some great national holiday that has something to do with you. You understand? It has something to do with the so-called white man.
Right.
You understand? Us picking up the holiday of 4th of July it's basically just spitting on the graves of your ancestors.
Right.
You understand? You basically desecrating your ancestors' graves every time you go shoot a firework.
Sir, that's right. In 1776, when the white man was celebrating their independence, on that particular day, they might get some of their slaves a little alcohol, or they might get a little relief that day while their slave masters is getting drunk and celebrating and stuff. But it definitely was not our independence. We were, as you said, still in slavery.
You understand? The whole point, exactly. That's a great point. They did. That's called a crumb. You understand? If America had their independence, they got separated from Great Britain and all that. At the same time, some slave masters probably were a little bit more lenient on the slaves. You want to know why? Because that was a crumb to make you happy. You understand? Maybe life isn't that bad.
Right.
I only got to work a 10-hour day instead of a 12-hour day. You understand?
Right.
Mass is not going to sleep with my wife today. So I think today is a better day. So I'm going to look forward to every 4th of July the next year.
Right.
You understand? The so-called white man is a very cunning beast, a very cunning and deceiving and disgusting creature. You understand? But that's the whole point of the matter, is that we're following up into these holidays like it has something to do with our independence.
Right.
That's the whole point of the matter, is we weren't free. When did they say they were free? In like 18 something? Juneteenth to 19 something? I can't remember the exact year right at this point in time. But we celebrating 4th of July, and almost every black person knows that we were slaves then.
That's right.
You understand? How do you know your history, knowing that you were a slave in 1776, but you're still going to celebrate the independence of America?
Right.
You understand? That's called you being an idiot. You really are a slave. That's the basic term for it. Is you have the ideal slave mentality the so-called white man was trying to force upon you.
That's right.
You understand? We could drop that. Let's jump over to Amos 5:21. Bubba Gashad. Let me go get that too. Amos 5:21.
concept.
Go ahead.
Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, I despise.
Say the first part again.
I hate.
The
Lord
said what?
I hate.
The Lord said he hates. You understand? That goes for all you Christians and all you people are saying God's all love and there's nothing but that. It's just his love and his mercy and his grace is falling upon us.
Right.
And all that nonsense and that ideology of everything's just talking about. Go ahead.
I hate, I despise your feast days.
Say what again?
I hate, I despise your feast days.
You understand? He didn't say only I hate, but at the same time, he said, I despise. I mean, he's elaborating on how he perceives these days. You understand? That's the whole point of the matter, is that everyone wants to believe. And think about this. This doesn't only go for the whole holidays in general. This is also talking about people's birthdays.
Right.
You understand? Because guess what? People are born on holidays, are they not?
That's right.
You understand? People are born on July 4th.
Right.
People are born on December 25th. And all these other, and November 24th.
Right.
People are born on these days, but the Lord said he hates those days. So how does the Lord love you on that day?
Right.
You understand? How is that day any more special than any other day?
That's right.
You understand? The whole point of that is any holiday, birthday, Easters and Thanksgivings and Halloweens and Christmases and all that, the Lord ain't about it like that.
That's right.
The Lord is looking upon that and frowning, and he's hating everything that's going on.
That's right.
While despising it at the same damn time.
That's right.
You understand? And he said, you know what I'm saying?
I was going to say something.
You understand? And he's saying, at the same point, he's saying the feast days.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Of course, your feast days, of course, not every holiday has a feast in it, right? In America.
Right.
Your feast days would fall in the lines of like your Thanksgiving.
Right.
Birthdays, people have feasts.
Right.
For sure, July 4th, people are having a feast on that pork and they grilled food and they chicken wings or whatever they want to put on that grill. Hot dogs. Those would be your specific feast days we'd be talking about.
So like especially Thanksgiving.
Especially Thanksgiving is, of course, the biggest feast and one of the biggest disgusting lies that the white man has propagated.
That's right.
But it is an important matter. But yes, I'm saying.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's so heavy, sir, on what you're saying is these pastors out here have so many people thinking, there's so many people that think the word hate is not even in the Bible. They think, they think God is all loving. He's just a little weak dude that's going around passing out flowers and hugs and kisses all the time. And these pastors, man, they really misleading God's flock, man, with these lies.
And that's even a bigger matter. Because not only are these holidays the part of the wickedness, is the pastors promoting these holidays is the utmost wickedness. You understand? Like, the pastors have read the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? Of course, they don't teach it like they should teach it because they don't know it like that. But they've read it. They've read where the Lord hates things.
That's right.
They've read where the Lord said, don't do this and don't do that. You understand? They've read it, but they don't give a damn.
Right.
So they're going to keep promoting the so-called white man's agenda because they want to get that bread. They love that paper. They love to have their Lamborghinis and they nice suit and ties and they Crocs or whatever they're wearing on their feet. And they love that. They'd rather tell you a lie and have you disobeying the Most High rather than just doing what the Most High said. You understand? The holy days in the Bible the Lord said follow are way more amazing than just one high holy day that the Lord said to follow is better than all America's holidays put in one.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
Think about, let's say, the feast of Hanukkah. You understand Hanukkah?
Yeah.
That's an 8-day feast.
Right.
That's 8 days of just partying, chilling, kicking it, brotherhood, sisterhood, food, righteousness, stories. That's 8 days of a big party.
That's right.
You understand? Straight partying. You understand? With your little naps in the middle and whatever like that. That's a real party.
Right.
What holiday does a so-called white man that goes 8 days? None.
Yeah.
So-called white man doesn't have no 8-day holiday.
Right.
You understand? Let alone a holiday about righteousness.
Right.
You understand? These holidays have nothing to do with righteousness when it comes to the fact of Black Scandinavian Indians.
Right. And then what's so heavy about this whole topic, sir, is that on each one of these so-called holidays that the white man got on the calendar, the death rate in the Black community skyrockets.
You understand? That goes to show that the Lord ain't with you on that day.
Right.
You understand? People were slaughtered in Chicago on Memorial Day.
Right.
You understand? People are slaughtered and are going to be slaughtered on 4th of July.
That's right.
This year. You understand?
At least 40 gonna get shot that day.
You understand? I think last year, I think the number raised up to like 82 people got shot in Chicago alone. I'm not talking about worldwide or United States. I'm talking about one city.
Right.
You understand? But the Lord loves that day, huh? That's why the murder rates and the death rates and the shootings skyrocket.
Right.
You understand? The Lord loved that day. You would hear no one dying.
Right.
You wouldn't hear no gunshots. You want to know why people like the 4th of July is one of the holidays majority people die. Why? It's because in the midst of the fireworks, sometimes you can't tell if it's a gunshot or a firework.
That's right.
You understand? And because Black people are so stupid at the same time, they want to shoot their guns into the sky anyway.
Right.
Acting like that gravity ain't gonna do nothing to that bullet.
Right.
You know how many people actually die from people shooting the guns up into the air? I'm sorry, your bullet is not leaving the is not leaving the atmosphere.
Right. Right.
That bullet's coming back down with more velocity than it had when it left the gun.
That's right. You
understand? Gravity is a mug. And a lot of people die from that. So you think you don't have, if you shooting guns into the sky, you probably have a couple bodies.
Right.
You understand? You don't even know it.
Strong possibility.
You understand? You might have a body under your belt, but you realize, and at the same time, the Lord is going to hold you accountable for that.
That's right.
You understand? Because there is no statute of limitation for murder.
Right.
Right. You understand my point? Regardless if you know you murdered him or not, you still did it.
That's right.
You understand? Even if it was an accident or you were just playing and you were just in the moment celebrating, you caught a body, you still going to prison.
Right.
Especially in America. You understand? You're going to get the life sentence because you're a Black person or a Hispanic, Native Indian, man or woman. And it's just going to be the worst day of your life.
That's right.
But before you pulled that trigger or before you did anything stupid or rash, it was the best day of your life.
Right.
You understand? But keep going.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Understand? The Lord ain't gonna smell in your solemn assemblies. Meaning what?
They celebrating these days and doing all this cooking and they praying over the food and all this other stuff. And the Most High, he not. You know, I guess, when you're praying over food, the prayer's supposed to be that the Lord supposed to be purifying the food for their bodies and stuff, which though they praying over pork, all sorts of abominable foods and stuff. So I'm assuming it's just the Lord he's not accepting none of those. He's not accepting none of those sacrifices or prayers or none of that stuff.
Right, exactly. You understand? You celebrating the 4th of July and you putting whole hot dogs, pork hot dogs, baby back ribs. Right. You understand? You putting what other types of combination? You putting shrimp.
Yes, what they call shish
kebabs with shrimp on them and things like that. It's the Israel like to cook all that type of thing. But the whole point of the matter is the Lord, it's an abomination unto the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord doesn't want you to eat no pork. He doesn't want you to eat no shrimp, crab, or lobster. But you at the same time on these holidays, that's the go-to. It's the go-to food on holidays.
Right. So and another thing that I'm starting to notice is when I try to talk to people or share this truth with them, the first thing they want to tell me is, "Oh, we're not celebrating the holiday. We just come together as a family."
Then you celebrating the holiday. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Is that we like Israelites to make excuses for the abominations that they commit. You understand? They want to make it for the kids, which is just as wicked as it's in itself.
That's right.
It's for the kids. Oh, it's just time to gather a family together. Right. Okay, so in America's eyes, there's another 300, or in the world's eyes right now, there's another 364 days a year. Right. Is there not?
Right.
So you can't just come together on a specific day on November the 2nd. Right. You can't come together on July 1st or something along those lines. But you got to go when the white man tells you to go.
Right, that's right.
You understand? If the so-called white man changed Christmas to December 12th, we would change Christmas to December 12th.
Right.
You understand? The white man said, "Oh, this year Thanksgiving because of the solar, because of something in the skies, Thanksgiving is gonna be on October 2nd, and Halloween is gonna be on September 1st,
Right.
something like that." And we would shift.
Right.
We would all be like, "Oh, okay, we gotta rush,
Right.
so we can make the date
Like a good little slave.
like a good little slave." That's the whole point. So the Lord, everyone on 4th of July is gonna go to Rainbow in Chicago, of course. It's gonna go to Rainbow Beach Park. They're gonna go to Hyde Park. They're gonna go to Rogers Park. They're gonna go to all these parks. Go to all these lakes. Or we'll go to Lake Michigan, and they're gonna bring their own grills, the big ones, the little ones. They're gonna have their make America Great Again hat. You understand? You know we're gonna see all that everywhere. But of course, I ain't gonna go out that day. That's the time to stay in the house.
Right.
You understand? But that they're gonna be going crazy.
Right.
It's gonna be so much red, white, and blue that you're not gonna want to see that color for next month.
Right.
You understand?
So like I know guys that's running over in Indiana, spending a couple $1,000s on fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
They're preparing for that day, spending big money, getting ready to celebrate the white man holiday.
I love that you mentioned the fireworks. Black people don't understand. Once so-called America gained their independence from Great Britain, you realize the years following that date, of course, July 4th, where the fireworks really started, what they used to do because of course fireworks wasn't something that just was so out there.
Right.
They had to make other types of things to blow up and light on fire and stuff like that. You know what they used to light on fire during the 4th of July? Anyone?
Probably niggas.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
You understand? They would put them on a cross. They'd hang them.
Yeah.
You understand? They'd light him on fire until his arms started breaking off and his legs started. There's photos of it. There's a photo of it.
Right.
You understand? And then they take photos with that dead corpse hanging from the cross or the noose or whatever. They take the photo with it, selfie.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And make it a postcard.
Right.
You send them to the loved ones in neighboring states.
Right.
You understand? You were the postcard on the 4th of July. They took a picture with your ancestors' dead bodies and used it as a postcard.
So what's so heavy about what you're saying, there's no statute of limitation on murder.
Mm-hmm.
And yet no one is going to jail for these horrendous murders and acts that these white people committed on, like you said, blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians.
And there will never be no justice as long as the white man has the say.
That's right.
You know, as long as the so-called man has the say so for what crimes are going to be acquitted and punished and judged or whatever like that, it will never get no justice for those crimes. But the Lord, He has all their numbers.
That's right.
You understand? He's got like the so-called white man like to say, like the so-called white man likes to say on Christmas. It is that Santa Claus is checking the list twice. It is that. So they like to say if you're not even nice, but the Lord knows how nice you've been.
That's right.
He knows how disgusting you've been, and He's been checking His list over and over. Oh, well, Bob did this. Carol needs to die this date.
Yep.
All right, Timmy. Oh, he's dead. He's gonna be a player collegiate for half his life, and then he's gonna get ran over by a reindeer.
Right.
It is there.
Now, it's like this. The white lady that died testified on her deathbed about what's the little boy name? They did shut down south and they did all that stuff to him. Shit.
Not to me.
No, not to me. When they chopped him all in this. What's the boy name? Damn it! They got streets named after him here. Anyway, she died on her deathbed, saying that she lied on this little black boy. And these white men dragged this kid out of the house and murdered him. Mm-hmm. She ain't getting away.
Exactly.
She's not even getting away.
You can't escape the Lord's judgment. You understand? And that goes for the so-called white man as well. Again, let's see end on that one. 21.
Yeah, 21, 22 might fit into it.
22, hit it.
Amos chapter 5, verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings.
Exactly. Though you offer the Lord burnt offerings, you understand? You put in the burnt, of course, a burnt offering is something you cook. Putting it on a grill is a perfect example of a burnt offering.
Right.
You understand? Because you setting it up and you'll be like celebrating, because you think God's with you when you're doing that.
Right.
You celebrate and you throw in the shish kebabs in the air. You just wasting all the pork grinds and baby back ribs in the world. Not saying that you should have that on the grill, but that's what Israel puts on the grill.
Right.
Regardless if we like it or not. You understand? Go ahead.
And your meat offerings.
And your meat offerings, like I just said, your hot dogs and all your shrimps and all your crab legs and your lobsters that you like to grill.
Rib tips.
Everyone, black people want to put it. Black people are great cooks, so they'll throw everything on a grill. You know, we grill vegetables now. You know, that's how you know. People will grill fruit.
Right.
So this is the whole point about it. But go ahead.
I will not accept them.
And so the Lord ain't going to accept those offerings. The Lord's looking at that like, yeah. Is the Lord looking at that making him want to gag? Have you ever smelled something that was just so grotesque? You just want to like you taste what you had 3 days ago for dinner.
That's right.
You understand? That's how the Lord looked at that like bugging his nose.
Right.
You understand? He don't want to see it. He don't want to smell it, and that doesn't make him happy. You understand that we're gonna get that as well. So let's drop that. Let's go to Leviticus 11 and. Let's start at verse 1.
Come on, sir. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel.
Do what?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
The Lord saying to Moses and Aaron, speak unto the children of Israel. You understand? If you all don't know the scriptures, which I know y'all don't, but what I mean by that is y'all know the first 5 books of the Bible is the law, especially Leviticus. You understand? Leviticus goes on what you can and can't eat, how you can, what to not do, what you can do. Stuff like that. That's what the book of Leviticus is. You understand? So the Lord's about to tell the nation of Israel something about what they can and can't do. Go ahead.
Saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
You understand? He's about to go down a little list on the animals, and quote, the beasts, which are animals that we are allowed to eat and are not allowed to eat.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Whatsoever parketh the hoof and is cloven footed, the claw, that cheweth the cud.
You understand? So whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud amongst the beasts he shall eat. Which animals would those be?
Cows. Giraffes.
You can eat a giraffe, everybody. If you not know that, you understand? Because they got the clothes, they got the part of the hoof of the clove foot.
I believe goats,
lambs. You know, bisons, ox. No, not ox. Not ox. Actually, I don't know what an ox's foot look like. Honestly,
right.
You know, the bisons and stuff like that. Those animals we shall take part of, and we can't eat those. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that cheweth the cud, or of them that divideth the hoof.
And these specific ones that have the divided hoof, but they do chew the cud as well. Go ahead.
As the camel.
Yeah, so you can't eat a camel. You understand? They have a cloven hoof, and they do eat the cud, but you aren't allowed to eat a camel. Right. Go ahead.
As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
My bad. That's why. It's because his hoof isn't divided like that. You understand? So that's why you can't eat a camel, even though it does eat the cud.
Right.
Go ahead.
He is unclean unto you.
So once you eat an animal with those features, like the camel, that makes you unclean. Meaning you just ate something that you are not supposed to eat.
Right.
You understand? It's against the law to eat an animal with the characteristics that it just named like a camel. Go ahead.
And the coney. because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you.
You know what kind of animal coney is? I'm about to Google it.
Because I don't know what that is.
I've honestly never heard of a coney, so I can't even guess. Coney.
Oh my God! The next one, blacks love to eat.
That's why I pulled it. Coney. Animal. Oh yeah, hell no. Read that. Read the definition of a coney.
Sir.
You understand? For all those that don't know what
Coney, also spelled coney.
Coney. Go ahead.
Any of certain unrelated animals, including 2 mammals and 2 fishes. The mammalian coney is a small. What's this?
Guinea.
A small guinea pig.
You understand? A coney is a guinea pig.
Right.
You understand? I don't know whoever would try to eat a guinea pig, but besides the so-called white man, actually Chinese people might eat a guinea pig too.
White people too.
White people, China. Never mind. All people besides blacks, Hispanics, and Indians should probably know they shouldn't eat no guinea pig.
Right.
You understand? But the fact of the matter is, the Lord had to say it because black people might do it.
It actually like a rat.
You understand? It really does look like a rat. You understand?
And we know who love to eat those.
You understand? Because guinea pigs are relatives to a rabbit.
Right.
You understand? You ain't supposed to eat no rabbits and squirrels and hamsters and stuff like that.
Right.
Those are unlawful as well. So that's what a coney is, if you did not know.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the hare. Because
and the what?
And the hare.
And the hare, like I just said. I didn't even know that was coming up. And the rabbit. You understand? You ain't supposed to eat Thumper off of Bambi.
Right.
You understand? You ain't supposed to eat Thumper. Let Thumper go a little which way. You understand? You can eat Bambi though. You understand?
Right.
Go ahead.
Black men love hunting and smothering that rabbit in gravy and.
I've never heard of a person eat.
I
only know one person that's ever eaten rabbit in their life. You know, they'll never eat it again. I know that.
I know a lot of people when I was growing up that love to eat rabbit.
I'm sorry, there's too many good animals to choose from. So give me my steak, my bison. Give me my bison, my chicken, and my cow. And my salmon, I'll be straight. Those are all I really need. I might try a giraffe one day, but right now, the white man ain't gonna let me.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
You understand? The hare, he doesn't divide the hoof, but he does chew the cud.
Right.
So just because they eat grass doesn't mean it's okay.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's lawful. They have to have a specific type of foot. Like I said earlier, the ones that you can eat need to have a part of hoof and it's cloven-footed. That chews the cud.
Right.
You understand? If it's not cloven-footed, then it'll be unlawful.
That's right.
Go ahead.
He is unclean to you.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
The swine.
And the what?
The swine.
And the swine. Everyone knows that pork, in quote, pigs is swine.
Right.
You understand? That's always been known. But people stop caring because why? Because now you can get it at Jewel Osco.
Right.
You can get it at Tony's, or you can get it at any type of grocery store. You can get it on. That's what they started making bacon out of, really.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I didn't know. I did not know for the longest when I was a child that they made beef bacon at all. I didn't find out about beef bacon until not a couple of years back.
Right.
You understand? I didn't know they made turkey bacon when I was a child.
Right.
I thought bacon was literally just pork strips.
Right.
I thought that was the only type of bacon there was. Bacon always popped in my mind as pork.
Right.
You understand? I didn't know they made other meats of bacon. I thought bacon was the meat. You understand? So no, people want to eat pigs. I can't see why. You understand?
Pulled pig. Barbecue pig.
They do everything. Rotisserie pig.
Fried pig.
They everything. You understand? Pigs are the reason we ain't allowed to eat pigs is because they're the most unclean animals on this earth.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
Period. You understand?
Yeah.
How do I know that? Because pigs eat the garbage. Pigs are like mobile dumpsters for the earth.
Right.
You understand? They eat everything.
And
they'll eat they'll eat back in the day, mobsters would feed the people to the pigs.
Right.
Because the pig would eat the flesh,
Right.
the organs,
Right.
the bones.
Starve them.
You understand? And it would even eat the rope that was tied around the person.
Right.
You understand? Swine and quote pigs, they're full of maggots.
That's right.
Like there's maggots actually in their bodies.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
There's maggots and flies, and they live in mud.
Slocky. So a pig will, it could be a dead carcass dog laying over there for 3 weeks. And that pig will walk over there to that stinking smell and devour that damn carcass, man.
It is that.
That's not nasty.
You eating a pig is the same thing as, like you said, eating a dog carcass. It is that.
Yeah.
I don't like the Lord must have made them with the strongest intestines in the world to make them eat that.
Right.
It is that they got acting like just because you rinse it off with some hot water, it's gonna kill the maggots that's hiding in the festation.
Right.
Yeah, you don't see all the cases where people buy pork strip from the store as packaged up. They bring it home, they cut into it, and they see maggots crawling up in the inside.
Right. That's right.
You understand? The white man eats those things. He don't care. But black people, Hispanic and Indians, y'all should care.
Right.
Eating a maggot. Ew.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
I don't know how I can put myself to. We can eat grasshoppers, but it would be hard for me to eat a grasshopper.
Yeah.
You understand? If we actually had to live on crickets and grasshoppers, it would be difficult.
It would be.
You understand? If that was the only way I could survive, I'd do it.
Right.
But if I have the choice, you understand? I'm good.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
Lord be with the people that do eat crickets and grasshoppers, as I know brothers that do. I do.
They do.
But I'm straight.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's true.
So I get the order that I gotta eat it for a specific period of time. I'm straight. You understand? We go ahead.
Though he divideth the hoof, he be clove-footed.
You understand? Even though the pig has a cloven foot and is divided the hood. Go ahead.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
You understand? He doesn't only eat cud. You know what I mean? He doesn't only eat grass and stuff like that. Cows only eat grass.
Right.
You understand? Right. Bison eat grass.
Yes,
that's all they eat.
Right.
You understand? Pigs, they eat everything. You understand? You just throw up whatever something you want. You throw it in the trough and they have at it. They'll eat each other.
That's right.
You understand? They'll eat another pig on the verge of death.
Right.
You understand? That's just the whole point of the matter. Is
Right.
They're just dumpsters. It's like dumpster diving, eating everything in the dumpster.
Right.
You understand? Which I know you ain't gonna do. Well, I won't say I ain't gonna do it because do it. But you see my point.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you.
Pork is unclean unto you. What does it mean to be unclean unto you? Why? What is the purpose behind the Lord telling you not to eat it?
One, because it's full of bacteria and disease, and it's just simply not healthy for the human body. It's not healthy for consumption.
Exactly. It's not how you get your tapeworms and
exactly.
You get infestations in your bodies, and you want to know why. You can eat an entire refrigerator and you don't know why. You understand? You get there's another type of bug that lives inside your body and it comes out while you sleep. I can't think of the name of it.
Tapeworms.
Tapeworms and stuff like that. It's like those are literally an infestation.
Right.
Right. But of your body.
That's right.
You understand? If you know someone with a lot of acne, right?
Right.
You know a person with a lot of acne and it's all over their face and all over their body. You want to know where that comes from? Pork. You know what I'm saying? Pork causes acne.
Right.
You understand? It causes blackheads and all because that pus that people use when they pop their zits or whatever, that's the pus that you consumed finding its way out.
Right.
You understand? It's trying to escape your body because your body's rejecting it.
Right.
That's why people get those big cysts on their back. These big cysts. You have to go to the doctors for it and get gloves and like squeeze it out like you're rolling dough.
Right.
You understand? It's just spraying like someone sprays icing on a cake.
Right, and it stank like hell.
You understand? That's what comes from pork. Ew, I'm getting sick thinking about it.
Right.
I used to watch those sis videos when I was a kid just to say, yeah, I'm good. That was disgusting. People want to know why their hygiene is so bad and why they smell bad and their bodies is all jacked up, because we're putting things into our body that don't belong in our body.
Right.
You understand? All right, keep reading.
And the swine, though verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
You understand? Of their flesh you shall not eat. You shouldn't eat.
Right.
You understand? If you see a dead pig, don't go. Any pig flesh is unclean.
Right.
As long as if it's dead, you get rid of.
Well, that's right.
And it's in your gardens or in your crops or whatever. You gotta feed it to the pigs to get rid of it, because of course you can't just waste it. You understand? Pigs are a good thing. They're dumpsters. Look, they're just dumpsters.
That's right. It's like so nowadays. It's like you can't go anywhere. Pretty much, they putting bacon on everything.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna lie, but when you smell it bacon, it might smell good, but it's still unclean. You got to remember that it's unclean and it's unhealthy.
Well, no matter, when I heard bacon was unlawful, they said you can't eat bacon, and then I said, what type of bacon?
Right.
It's unlawful. It depends on what the bacon was made out of.
Pork.
You understand? If it's pork bacon, that's unlawful.
Right.
You understand? The best, honestly, out of all the bacons I've had in my entire life on this earth, before the truth and after the truth, beef bacon wins.
Okay.
You understand? Turkey bacon's too dry. I can't do it. You understand? After like 5 pieces, my tongue gets all sore. But give me some beef. I eat packs of beef bacon for a snack. You understand? I'm about to have some. I had some this yesterday or this morning.
Okay.
You understand? But go ahead.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
No, go say it again.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
You understand? You shouldn't even touch their carcass. You understand? With your bare hands.
Right.
If you're wearing gloves and you got to like get rid of the carcass, then get rid of the carcass. You understand? But with your with your fingers and everything like that, barehanded, you shouldn't be touching none of that.
That's right.
Of course, we living in captivity and stuff like that. You in the restaurants, you got to work with unclean foods because you don't have a choice right now being in captivity.
Right.
Still, in that sense, you still make sure you ain't touching it with your bare hands.
Right.
You understand? Keep your gloves on at all times.
That's right.
You understand? Just don't touch the flesh of a pig or a swine when it's not alive. Go ahead.
They are unclean to you.
That's unclean to you. So I know everyone's going to be on July 4th. They're going to be throwing them ribs on that grill.
Right.
Unclean.
Right.
They're going to be throwing them hot dogs on the grill. Unclean.
Right.
Pork hot dogs on that grill. They're going to be they're going to be putting other things on there, which we're about to hit it as well. There's the whole spirit of the holidays is to make you sin.
Right.
You understand? The white man, of course, he's going to celebrate his independence, and he has a right to celebrate his independence.
Right.
You understand? But black people celebrating that independence is a false. It's just it's a lie.
That's right.
You ain't independent. So why are you celebrating eating all the foods that the white man eating on that day?
Right.
You understand? You can eat whatever the hell you want, but why are you eating what he said you should cook?
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
You understand? And when it comes to seafood, we're about to hit it as well because people are going to be throwing that shrimp.
Yeah.
They might be going to Red Lobster, getting them lobsters, and
right.
They're going to be getting there's another crab legs and all that. But go ahead.
Whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
You understand? Any type of sea creature, any type of river creature, or any type of water creature, you understand? If it has to have fins and scales.
That's right.
Not one or the other. It has to have both.
Right.
You understand? For it to be lawful to eat to you. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
You understand? Anything in the sea that doesn't have fins and scales, anything in the waters that doesn't have fins and scales is unclean.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Go ahead.
Like, sir. Now, you know what I just recently learned not too long ago? And I growed up on it. Tuna. Yes. Black people love to fry catfish. I rap past several churches, and they have catfish fries. Catfish dinners for sale.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, do this? Are y'all pastor reading this Bible? Do y'all pastor really know the Lord? I think not. Oh yeah, the Caesar Borgia probably.
Yeah, they serve so-called white boy.
Yeah.
In the so, like those. Does it say crustacean? I think one of these ones says crustacean. Yeah, it says so. The ones that are unlawful to you would be like your shrimp. Shrimp don't have fin. They don't have scales. I don't think they have fins either.
Right.
Shrimp don't have fins or scales.
Right. Damn cockroach.
Yeah, they just exactly same family as a cockroach.
Right.
Would you eat a cockroach?
Live.
I do that.
Right.
You understand? You can't eat lobsters. You understand? You want to know what crabs and lobsters and shrimp are? And tuna? No, I mean, and catfish. What those creatures do is they clean the algae and the bacteria off of the bottom of the sea.
Right.
It is there out of the bottom, crawfish at the bottom of the rivers and the lakes. These animals are here to keep the waters clean.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
That's what they're there for. That means they're eating dirt. They're eating bacteria and abominations that would make any person sick.
And they eating the stuff that the whales and the fishes they use in the bathroom and everything flows down to the bottom.
They eating poop.
Right.
They eating dookie.
They
understand? And they live off of it.
Right. And that's what's so heavy about this. When I used to do it before I got in the I.S.U.P.K, I used to love to eat me a fried shrimp every now and then. And it's just time for people to wake up and start listening to the men in the I.S.U.P.K and start following these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because the scriptures clearly state that Christ did not do away with the law.
That's the whole point of the matter. Because this is in the law, but your Christian church will say we don't have to follow the law because Christ did away with it. That's not anywhere in the Bible.
That's right.
What Christ said to do is follow the laws of the prophets. It is follow the laws that came in the book of Old, which is the Old Testament. You understand? Meaning you ain't supposed to be eating all these things. But not tomorrow, but next Thursday, there's going to be shrimp on those grills. There's going to be crab legs on the grill.
Right.
You understand? People that don't go out to grill, they might just hit Red Lobster and get a big lobster and they dip it into lemons and stuff like that.
Right.
I saw this video, the sissy smashing a lobster today. It was so disgusting.
Right.
She's over here, did food all over her face. I'm just thinking, you eating fish food.
So like, I remember a few years ago, me and my ex-wife, she wanted to go to Red Lobster, so I took her. When we stepped inside, the pen is this big aquarium, and and I heard when they put them things in the water, you can actually hear them.
You hear them scream.
Yeah, crap, man.
It is that you can hear them screaming when you put them in there. It is that because it's boiling water, and I don't know why they do it while they're alive. That's just torture. That's just cruel. That's just really cruel. You understand? I don't see the point in you can kill a cat like to snap his, even though it's a sin to eat it. It's like, you can't eat it. At least like snap his neck, kill it first, then throw it in the bug. Like, at least give it a mercy death.
Right.
You feel my point? But people are just cruel creatures sometimes. Yeah. I'm not saying go snap a lobster's neck, then you can eat it. You can't do that.
Right.
Can't eat lobster whatsoever. But I'm just saying for just joke's sake.
Now, Slaka, sir, just to ask the question, the word abomination means?
Abomination is something that the Lord hates.
Thank you.
It is that, but we could let's get the definition of it, just so everyone knows the real definition, because sometimes people don't want to believe what comes out of the prophets' mouths. It's there. It's the definition. You understand? An abomination is a thing that causes disgust or hatred. You understand? That's just something that the Lord hates, basically.
Right.
He's saying if you eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, he hates it.
Right.
You understand? If you eat pork, he hates it.
Right.
You understand? It's that simple. But people don't care anymore because they think the Lord knows my heart. You understand?
So he loved the sinner, but not the sin.
Yeah, so he loved the sinner, but not the sin. Like, what?
Right.
But but you are sinning?
Right.
You understand? But people just like to make excuses for their abominable acts.
Right.
It really that's really what it is. But keep going. I believe we at what? 10? Or yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 11. Sure.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 11. They shall be even and an abomination unto you.
So what?
They shall be even an abomination unto you.
I'm saying those shrimp, crab, pork, lobsters, that's an abomination unto you, man.
Right.
I don't care how much you love the taste of the smell, you got to get rid of it.
Right.
You understand? Get it out your house, get it out your mind, and inside and out.
Right.
You understand? It's just something that if you want to live a long, healthy life, there's things you got to sacrifice.
Right.
Just because you eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster and work out, you understand? And you take your smoothies and you eat vegetables, that doesn't mean you're counteracting the disgustingness that you just put in your body with the meat itself.
That's right.
You understand? I don't care how much vegetables and fruits you eat, you cannot counteract what you get in your body through those beasts.
Right. So like, and I think that's why blacks suffer from diabetes and high blood pressure and things of that nature way more than white people do, because these laws are for us and not them.
Exactly. It is then. These laws are only for us. That's why we don't see so-called white men and women in all these other nations suffering like we suffer.
Right.
Because the Lord's not punishing them because they ain't doing anything wrong. I'm saying they ain't doing anything wrong. They're not disobeying something the Lord told them to do.
Right.
You understand? The Lord never gave them the law, so how they can't break the law.
Right.
And that's the whole point of the matter. If you need to see that, as Psalms 147, 19, and 20. You understand? So keep reading.
Verse 12. Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the water, that shall be an abomination unto you.
Say what?
Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
So that's going to be an abomination unto you, meaning that it should really just disgust you.
Right.
You understand? If you eating those type of things, the Lord is disgusted by it. It is that He wants you to get rid of it so you can come back to Him.
That's right.
So I believe that's that. On that, let's I believe it's Mark 7 and 6. I believe that's where I'm thinking about. 7 and 6. It's not, it might be Luke. Yeah, 6.
Mark 7 and 6.
Yeah.
Come on, sir. Mark chapter 7, verse 6.
Actually, hold it. Yeah.
Mark chapter 7, verse 6. He answered and said unto them, well, has Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites? As it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their hearts is far from me.
You understand? Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, we just love to say these words.
Right.
I love God.
Right.
You understand? I serve the Most High.
Right.
The Lord knows my heart. I go to church every Sunday.
Right.
I love everybody. You understand? We so quick to say how we feel about the Lord, But really, your feelings don't really matter.
That's
You
right.
understand? Your actions is what matters.
That's right.
You understand? That's why the scriptures say, love not in word or tongue, but in deed.
That's right.
You understand? In Galatians 6 and 7. Or 7 to 6. You understand? That's the whole point of the matter, is that it's time. No, it's not Galatians. I'm sorry, it's not Galatians. That's First John 3 and 18. Yep. All right, but the whole point of the matter is that Israel, blacks and Native Indians, we go to church on Sundays, we go to these holidays, and we go to all these events, and we just spout to the earth and to the world that we love the Most High.
Right.
We love God. He's our Savior. We love Jesus. He's our Savior.
Right.
I die about him. You say that, but really, your actions are far from that.
That's right.
You understand? You can't say you love the Lord and go celebrate July 4th.
Right.
You can't say you love the Lord and you salute the American flag.
Right.
You can't say you love the Lord while you eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster.
Right.
You understand? You can't do that. Why? Because the scriptures say what about loving the Lord? Come on.
Okay.
No, not this right here.
Oh.
What does the scripture say about how you love the Lord?
If you love the Lord, you will do as He said and keep His commandments.
And if you love disobeying every rule in your household that your parents give you, you disobeying all of them, but then you say you love your parents.
Right.
You don't love your parents, because if you did, you'd respect their wishes.
That's right.
You understand? Because that's what they have rule over you.
That's
The
right.
same way the Lord has rule over you as well.
Exactly.
You understand? You're supposed to love and honor your ruler,
Right.
which is the Most High. So if you celebrating 4th of July and doing what I just said, you are dishonoring the Lord, and you just showing the Lord how much of a scumbag you really are.
That's true. That's right.
You understand? And
That's
then
right.
then one day you're gonna get put down like a dirty mongrel, and you're not gonna know why.
Right.
Well, that's why. It's because you discuss a Negro,
Right.
Hispanic, or Native Indian. You kind of clean yourself up, not just in your daily life, but in how you live.
Right.
And so you got to clean up the things you eat. You got to clean up the things you say. You got to clean up the things you do. All those things are taken into effect or into account with the Lord.
Right.
Everything you do in life. But go ahead.
Verse 7. Howbeit in vain do you worship me?
You understand? Howbeit in vain do they worship me? Meaning what?
That means all the stuff that people are saying and doing, these speaking in tongues, you like you say, you run around telling everybody how much you love the Lord. It's in vain. Everything you're doing in the Lord's name is in vain if you're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Exactly. Meaning it's coming to naught. I mean,
Right.
There's no reason. There's no point to it. You go to church on Sunday and you're singing and dancing.
Right.
Who else? Who is everyone? That's all he care about. Is, are you following him? Yes or no?
Right.
If it's yes, you live. If you know, and it's in the land of the free, how are you so free and do that?
Right. I don't know.
You can't be free if you're bound by rules.
Right.
You realize that?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Freedom is the right to do anything you please without consequence.
Right.
You understand? Once there's rules in there, there's a consequence to those actions which take away the word freedom.
That's right.
You understand? That's why people don't understand that there's not no such thing as free will.
It's like, it seems like black people will realize that more than any people on this planet.
You think they would. You think they would, but black people have been dumbed down living in captivity.
Right.
You understand? We become stupid and idiots and dumb as a. That's what it is. Right. And the sad thing is we the smartest, are book smart. You understand? Our black women, they go through colleges like this and go like that.
Right.
You understand? Black men, they smart when it comes to witness. Right. You understand? People are smart when it comes to wickedness, but when it comes to actual morals and ideologies and things that they should be knowing, they don't know nothing.
Right.
You understand?
It's of men.
Doing what?
Teachings of doctrine. Teachings for
men. I mean, we follow in what the white man says.
That's right.
What so-called people of mankind created, we go do that.
Right.
You understand? Mankind created 4th of July.
Right.
Mankind created Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving
Right.
and Easter and birthdays.
Right.
That was created by mankind. Jordan wholeheartedly. Every day, every year, the high holy days of the Lord, you can only be happy when you serve them, knowing you're serving the Lord.
Right.
You can't be happy on a high holy day if you're sinning.
Right.
You understand? Why? Because your conscience is going to get you.
Right.
You understand? You might be, oh, I'm an Israelite. I'm coming to this event that's going on. It's called we're going to the past. Amazing, but at the same time, you're like, wow, all these people here are here because they serve and love the Lord.
Right.
They don't do anything against the Bible. But I just smoked a blunt before I came in.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
That's the whole point of the matter, is because that conscience in them is going to.
Verse 8, for laying aside the commandments of God.
For what?
For laying aside the commandments of God.
For black people, Hispanic, Native Indian, for setting aside the commandments of the Lord, saying, I don't care about what the Lord said. I don't care if he says we can't eat this. I'm going to eat it.
Right.
He says I can't celebrate this. I'm going to eat it.
Right.
You understand? For doing that, go ahead.
Ye hold the traditions of men.
You hold the traditions of men. You understand? You serve mankind. You serve it. You love it more than you love me.
Right.
You understand? All Christians know this. I'm supposed to love the Lord, all my heart, body, soul, mind, spirit. They know that verse. They know that verse.
Right.
But if that was the case, then you wouldn't set aside the commandments of the Most High to celebrate the traditions of men.
Right.
You feel my point? That's why in the beginning of verse 6, it said, ye hypocrites.
Right.
Because black people are goddamn hypocrites.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
As the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
You understand? You serve the traditions of man just like you do everything else.
Right.
You understand? You go to job, you go to the work, you serve the traditions of man just like you go to work.
That's right.
You understand? You feel obligated to do it in this society. Do you not?
That's right.
You understand? If you're a person in the world, you don't know the truth, or even if you know just a hint of the truth. In your spirit, in your flesh, you feel obligated to go cook something on July 4th. You feel obligated because it's what everyone else is doing it.
Right.
So it's gonna make you feel obligated. It's gonna you're gonna feel peer pressure.
Right. And what's so hard, I guess what make it a little hard when you're really not in the truth is these things were passed on from generation to generation by your granny, your mom. You growed up watching your family do these things, so people feel like it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
You know?
Understand? Because not only is it this generation now, the generation before them failed.
Right.
The generation before them failed.
Yeah, right.
And so forth. It's just everything rolls downhill.
Right.
You understand? So if you start a big sin ball and you roll it down the mountain, this is going to keep picking up momentum and momentum and momentum and momentum. Right. And the whole point of the matter is Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't have the power to stop that ball rolling down that hill. We don't have that power to stop it down, but we don't have the strength to stop it ourselves. Right. That's what we need Christ for, is to stop that boulder before it ruins our house completely. Right. You understand? It's just what it is. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 9, and he said unto them, full well, ye reject the commandments of God, that ye may keep your own traditions.
Say what?
And he said unto them, full well, ye reject the commandments of God.
So ye know full well that you reject the commandments of the Lord, so you can hold these holidays in America. You know it. You should know it. Everyone knows the history on Thanksgiving. I don't think there's not one person that actually knows. I don't think anybody doesn't know the real truth behind Thanksgiving. That's one of the most obvious holidays history-wise. Right. Of course, not many people know the origins of Valentine's Day and Easter and Mother's Day and Father's Day. Majority of people don't know that history because it's not as big as a holiday. Right. Thanksgiving is one of the more bigger. I'd say it's in the top 4 biggest holidays in America. Right. Alongside July 4th. Halloween and Christmas. Right. And then it'll be Thanksgiving as well. Those will be the top 4, at least in America. Right. That's why they put them all right next to each other.
That's right.
You understand? So with that, people know the truth about Thanksgiving. They know the Native Indians were slaughtered by the Pilgrims. That's
right.
That's common sense, basically.
Right.
You understand? They were invaders. You've seen the movie Pocahontas.
Right.
Like, you've seen all these movies since you were a child.
Right.
You see the truth everywhere in school and stuff like that. It's
flat out committed genocide on a whole race of people.
Exactly. Like, that's well known.
Right.
You understand? The history of, I can see people don't really know the history of Halloween, but that should just be self-explanatory.
Right.
It is that's holidays. Like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist.
Right.
You don't need to be a history major to know the history of that.
Right.
You understand? Or know that it's evil. Like, you're walking around as ghouls and goblins and witches and all that. You realize those are the villains, right? The witches and the goblins are the villains.
Right.
The werewolves and the vampires are the goddamn villains. Like, why would you think this day has anything to do with
Right.
It doesn't. It's about dark witches and cauldrons
right.
and werewolves eating people and vampires drinking blood. Like, that's just ghosts. Like, it's self-explanatory on that one. But the point of the matter is that these holidays are all, that goes as well for the 4th of July.
Right.
You understand? Your brothers and sisters were getting raped and murdered on the 4th of July.
That's right.
Your mothers and your fathers were getting pillaged, and your aunts and your nephews and your uncles and your nieces, they were getting torn apart by horses.
Right.
Like, everything you can think of, every torture device you've ever seen on a TV show happened to your people on the 4th of July. One of those years through the last 400.
Right. Yes, sir. Verse 10. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother.
Do what?
Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother.
You understand? This is Christ speaking. Go into Mark 7 and 6, so on. It's Christ speaking. That's why his words are on red. He says, honor your father and your mother. How are you honoring your father? You realize it's not only talking about your biological mother and your father.
Right.
You know, that's talking about your ancestors.
Right.
Yeah, that's talking about your ancestors that actually picked the cotton. You understand? Had to stay massa. You understand? Had to get and got whipped in the backs and raped and all that. That's talking about them as well. Those mothers and fathers.
Right.
You understand? Because that's your lineage. That's your family tree.
That's right.
You understand? You ain't honoring them when you're celebrating a holiday on the same day that is about and them being still enslaved.
Right.
You understand? About the day where they didn't get their independence.
Sure. And we definitely can't forget our mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters. The 99 million that were murdered, being transported on those ships from over in those parts of the world over to here.
Exactly.
For pleasure. They want us to forget our history, but they want us to remember things like the 9/11. They want us to remember the Holocaust of these white devils. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to us, they want us to just forget our history.
Exactly. You understand? It's always gonna be like that. All right, but go ahead.
And whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
You understand? If you that type of person that said, like Steve Harvey, that said forget about slavery,
right?
You understand? That man is going to be put to death 10 times over.
Right.
You understand? All your famous actors and rappers that don't really give a damn about the poor and the needy.
Right.
You understand? That's the same thing. You understand? It's unlikely for them to actually turn away from the so-called white man's religions and holidays.
That's right.
Rather than serve the Lord. It's basically it's really the Lord saying it's almost impossible.
Right.
Yeah, that's why he said if the same way as a camel can go through the eye of a needle, so is it that the rich will inherit the kingdom of heaven. Right. I'm paraphrasing, but go ahead.
People like Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan for sure.
You know, these people don't care about they black people. The Most High didn't give these people all this talent and to make all this money to be selfish and to turn your backs on your nation. Oprah Winfrey, she's so demonic. She think that she don't even believe in the Most High. She think everything is did through her own. She dig into herself and she do it, whatever that is.
Self-manifestation and shit.
Yeah.
Or and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's that the whole point of the matter is the black leaders in America have failed.
That's right.
They have failed you.
That's right.
You understand? I know all Black Native Indians just watched the BET Awards the other day, and they all probably gave Tyler Perry a standing ovation at their house. Tyler Perry has failed Black people.
That's right.
You understand? Any man that puts on a dress to make it big in America has sold his soul.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
He'd rather get rich in America than have integrity for himself. You understand? And then guess what? At the same time, he's teaching our little kids that if you want to make it big, you got to put on a dress. Right. He literally said those words basically.
Right.
He said, "Me putting on that dress was the best thing I've ever done because that's what opened up the doors to me owning what I own,
right,
and everything like that."
Right.
That's such a homosexual thing to say.
That's right.
If I didn't put on that dress, really,
right,
really. Right. So you had to make 10 movies, 10 movies in that dress.
Yeah.
So he had to put it on 10 times.
Right.
Really, the real truth about it was he liked wearing that dress.
Yeah.
He loved to put on that dress and act like his mama. Yeah. And all that. He loved to do that. He's a straight flamer. You understand? That's what it is. I tell you.
Like, what's so heavy, man, is the way homosexuality is being promoted today is at an all-time high. They forcing this crap on our children. They trying to emasculate all Black men. You know, I even heard that they finna start putting those colors on police cars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, and what's so crazy about it is they taking something that the Most High, it's a promise from the Most High that he would not flood the world again. And they turning it into an abomination.
That's what the white man does best. And they could have made any symbol, the symbol for gay pride. They could have made any symbol on the earth they wanted to. But then they always have to take it out the scriptures and make it gross. Right. This is how they always do it. You know, they want to discredit the real truth of the Bible and turn it into mockery. Right. That's what it is. Because homosexuals are all jokes. That's right. All of y'all are jokes. That's right. Regardless if you like it or not, you a joke. But any more on that one?
Nah, sir.
Drop that name. Let's get Matthew 6:24.
Matthew 6:24.
Yep.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. Mm-hmm. No man can serve two masters.
Say what?
No man can serve two masters.
Say no man on this earth can serve two masters. Meaning you can't go and celebrate the independence of the so-called white man and then go to church on the same day and claim you Lord the Lord.
Right.
You can't do that. You understand? Of course, even though the Christian church isn't really about the Lord, I just use that as an example.
Right.
You understand? You can't. Go ahead.
No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
You understand? Because if you can't serve both, because one day eventually what's going to happen is you're going to start hating one of them and loving the other.
Right.
You understand? There's no such thing as loving things equally.
That's right.
There's no such thing as that.
That's right.
You understand? I'm sorry if you have 3-4 kids, you don't love your kids the same.
Right.
You don't. I can't say you don't.
Right.
You understand? You can't. It doesn't make sense. There's no such thing as equality ever. You understand?
That's true.
The so-called white man tries to make it, oh, well, this person, y'all got tied for second in this race.
Right.
No, you didn't. You're just such a small fraction of a second. Your eyes and your technology couldn't counter it. You understand? There's no such thing as equal.
That's right.
You understand? No one. You can't take pride in getting tied at first.
Right.
Can you? I would be pissed off if I got tied for first. Honestly, I'd be tied. Like, really?
Right.
Really? I don't want. So what? I got first and he got first.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
So like you, sir, if I can. Now they're doing it to the kids. Well, there are no losers. Everyone is a winner. You know,
yeah, I know. They be giving everyone their ribbon.
Right. You know, that's to me, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna kill the competition in it. Oh, that's just like they're trying to make women equal to men.
Yeah.
You know, they want to put America would like to put the black woman over the black man and emasculate us and murder us off,
right,
which will weaken our nation. And then they could just have their way with our women, you know. And that's not the way the Lord created everything. You know, everything is the Father, is YAHWH, Jesus Christ, is man, then is woman, then it's the children. This is the natural order of things. So for a woman to put on man apparel and start carrying herself as a man is an abomination to the Most High. Period. For a wicked woman to try to run the household, no matter how much she's making or what her education is, if she got a husband or a man in that home, that man should be the head of that house. Period. Right. It should not be no fights over who's going to make the final decision on a situation that's going in that home. Mm-hmm. So, but this is the ways of the white men. This is the ways of America. Right. Everything they do, everything they decide to do, is against the Most High. Which put. I mean, that's why the Most High gave Moses the laws to give to us. We are the true Israelites. Right. So we supposed to be following these laws that's in this Bible. This Bible is for us, the black man, Hispanic man, and Native American Indian man. So if you say you love the Lord and if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to a letter, you're lying to yourself. Period. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
You know, because eventually because they are two different masters.
That's right.
With two different beliefs, with two different ideologies,
right?
Two different everything.
Right.
You understand? But if they were both together, why serve both?
Right.
You understand?
Exactly.
Because one would serve the other.
Right.
You understand? So you trying to serve both these masters. This master want that. This master want that. Eventually, they're going to butt heads.
Right.
Eventually. You understand? And then you're going to have to make a choice.
That's right.
Which side are you going to join?
Right.
You understand? So once you make your election, you're going to start despising the other one because it's going against what you have decided.
That's right.
You understand? So you can't serve both. It's either one or the other. It's it.
Right.
Facts.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
It's saying you can't serve God, means the Most High, and you can't serve mammon as in mankind.
Right.
You know, say you can't serve both. You can't say you serving the Lord, but then you still serving the so-called white man.
Right.
You know, say when I mean serving, I mean following into his religions, into his holidays. I don't mean serving him like going to work. You got to do that to keep your family alive.
Right.
You understand? But regardless of that, you can't do that. You can't serve the Most High's high holy days and serve the so-called white man's holidays.
That's right.
You can't celebrate your birthday and love the Most High. Can't do it.
Right.
You understand? There's just things you can and can't do.
Yeah.
There's reasons behind it.
That's right. It's like I said, what's another thing that's really so heavy, if people would do their research, Christianity was based on and started from the KKK, the white man. Mm-hmm. That was they the ones that used to set the crosses on fire and put them in people's yards. The Christianity started down south with white people.
Exactly.
Period.
The whole Christianity religion we know today was conjured up by the so-called white man, his disgustingness.
Right.
You understand? Of course, they got it out the Bible, but they turned it into something disgusting like they did with the rainbow.
Huh.
You understand? A true Christian is supposed to be the men and women that follow the Lord wholeheartedly.
That's right.
You understand? But however, the so-called white man has deceived the earth into believing that the religion of Christianity is what the Lord wanted.
Right.
Of what we know today. The same way America the Lord gave us the rainbow as a promise to us that he would never flood the earth again. But then the so-called white man took the rainbow and made it into the homosexual gay pride flag or emblem.
Right.
You understand? Which, of course, we know by reading the Bible, homosexuality is wrong.
That's right.
You understand? The white man is just the author. The white man is the author of confusion.
That's right.
You understand? The Lord, however, is not the author of confusion.
Right.
Everything is pointing point blank, simple, and yes and no's.
Right.
You understand? The Lord isn't about a maybe or what ifs.
Right.
The Lord's about yeses and no's, yays and nays. That's why the scriptures also say, let your yay be your yay and your nay be your nay.
Right.
You understand? You can't be lukewarm.
Right.
You understand? It's all throughout the scriptures.
Right.
But people don't care no more because they serve mammon.
Right.
You understand? So let's drop that. Give me Leviticus 9 and 5.
Leviticus chapter 9, verse 5.
19 and 5.
19 and 5.
19 and 5.
Come on, sir.
Understand? The point of the matter is we serve the so-called white man like he's a god.
Right.
We serve his holidays and make him our idol. We make his idols our idols.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have made the so-called American flag an idol.
Right.
That's an idol to be worshipped. Do you not, or did you not, when you were in school during lunch or morning announcements, get up and salute the flag and sing the national anthem?
Right.
Yes, you did.
Come on, sir.
You understand? Or yes, you do, depending on the school district you're in.
Come on.
You understand? Or at the same time, every football game,
Come
every basketball game, every type of sports festivity,
right.
every award ceremony,
right.
every singing performance.
Right.
You understand that they salute the flag,
right.
and pronounce and sing the national anthem and pledge the allegiance to the flag.
Right.
Every time. That is showing homage to something.
Right.
That is worshiping an idol.
Right.
You understand? You putting your hand on your heart and you giving reverence and respect to it. You understand?
Right.
And then the same thing with the whole football players taking a goddamn knee. Taking a damn knee is still showing respect to something. Have you ever been in a huddle with a football coach? Have you ever been in a huddle with your coach at all in any sport? What do? Huddle up, everyone, take a knee,
right.
take a knee. Why? Because you respect that man.
Right.
You respect that woman. You respect the authority they have over you. So taking the knee to the flag is you showing the respect America has over you. Or you're showing respect to the power America has over you.
Right.
That's the whole point of the matter. So I don't give a damn about no Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. It's cool. At least brothers are trying to do the right thing, but they're still doing it the wrong way.
Right.
So whole point of the matter. But go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 5. And if ye offer a sacrifice of peace offerings.
Oh, my bad. Verse 4.
Verse 4, come on, sir. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 4. Turn ye not unto idols.
Do what?
Turn ye not unto idols.
Don't turn unto idols. Meaning don't turn to the American flag like it is waving in the wind because of righteousness. You understand? Black, Hispanic, Native Indians gonna be wearing "Make America Great Again" hats.
Right.
They're gonna be wearing tank tops with the American flag.
Right.
They're gonna be wearing all red, whites, and blues next Thursday,
right.
showing reverence to the flag,
right.
like making it an idol. You understand? I mean, they respect it. They respect the same flag that was swinging in the wind while you were a slave in 1776.
That's right.
You understand? Of course, I had a few less stars, but it was the same flag representing the same thing.
Right.
You understand? Representing the Star Spangled Banner, representing that flag is the same thing as representing the Confederate flag. It's the same thing. Same thing, because that was still flying for America.
Right.
You understand? For America and the so-called white man. They just took it down because there was another crumb they wanted to give black people to feel more joined with the so-called white man and America in itself. Go ahead.
Nor make to yourselves molten gods.
You understand? Don't be making your molten gods. I mean, that would be like Buddha, how he's a molten god. Some statue, you understand, to represent who you serving. Who else make molten gods? Like the golden calf back in the scriptures. Is that what you about to say?
Right. No, I was gonna say even could we say that that rock they go over there and kiss on?
Yeah, kind of. You understand? I would say so. Depends on what the definition of molten would be.
Melting something down, molten. That sounds like something you would melt down and create something.
Yeah, materials that were melted, like Molten would be like something that's glass or brass or something like that, like a statue.
Right.
You understand? But that you ain't supposed to be making none of those.
That Virgin Mary, they love praying to that.
Yeah, Virgin Marys and things like that. You understand? The Christ, the whole where the white Jesus or Caesar Borgia technically hanging up on the cross, all
crucifix.
that crucifix, all those type of things will be molten images, and we serving those too.
Right.
You understand? How do I know? Because everyone walks around today with a Christian cross on their neck,
right,
representing what they serve.
Right.
You understand? They made that their idol. Why? Because they bend the knee to it. They bend the knee.
Right.
You understand? Of course, we Israelites in the I.S.U.P.K, we bend the knee to the Most High in Christ.
Right.
You understand?
That's
to
right.
our superiors.
That's right.
Not no image.
That's right.
You might see us wearing the shield of David. That's cool. That's just a representation of a throne Christ is going to come back and sit on.
Right.
You understand? It's not like we're sitting here worshiping it, making it our God and all that. That's we just showing respect to something.
That's right.
You understand? Meaning we respect who's going to sit on the throne.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
But it ain't no game to us. It's a game to y'all. You understand? Go ahead.
I am the Lord, your God.
You understand? The Lord is your Lord. You understand? No American flag, no Christian cross,
Right.
no stone in Mecca, no none of those things. You understand? There's one Lord, and you can only serve him one way.
That's right.
Through your actions, not idols,
Right.
not props, not materialistic objects. It's done with actions.
That's right.
You understand? That's how you worship the Lord, is with your actions.
That's right.
You understand? Not with what you believe and how many times you bend the knee.
Right.
You understand? Drop that. Let me give me Deuteronomy 11 and 16. Deuteronomy 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Take heed to yourselves.
Do what?
Take heed to yourselves.
Saying, take heed to ourselves. I mean, take heed to your people, man. Take heed to your blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, and quote your Israelites. You understand? Your brothers and your sisters, your family, your friends with the same lineage and bloodline as you.
Right.
You understand? Take heed to yourselves, man. Stop trying to express everywhere else.
Right.
You understand? Stop trying to go love the white man, the Arabs, the Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, and all these things. Why? They got all the love in the world by their own races.
Right.
Blacks and Native Indians need love as well.
That's right.
You understand? The other nations ain't gonna love us. So what do we gotta do? We gotta take heed to ourselves and love each other again.
That's right.
It's the only way. Love Christ and love the Most High. You can't say you love the Most High and hate your brother at the same time. You can't do it.
Shalaki, sure, that's right. And if you really want to experience, my first time I finally got to experience true love from my people when I went to New York to the Passover. You had so many people together all day and all night. People, you did nothing get stolen, were no fights, were no, disrespect, it was just pure brotherhood.
Yes, that's the whole point. And you can only find that in the body of Christ.
That's right.
You understand? Every little mishap gets solved off the rip. Him and him alone.
Right.
You understand? If needed, a third party.
Right.
But things get worked out.
That's
You
right.
understand? And then no malice whatsoever afterwards.
Right.
You understand? You don't find that. You can't grab 3, 4, 5, 700 Negroes, bring them all together with no arguments if they aren't if they weren't in the UPK.
Or somebody getting shot.
Yeah, so someone's going at family reunions. It's your own family arguments, fights, disputes. That's family reunions.
Right.
You understand? But I'm talking about full-blown strangers.
That's right.
You understand? Bringing you letting a full-blown stranger into your house, knowing with a fact, without any doubt that nothing in your house will be misplaced.
Right.
You understand? You'll leave $100,000 in ones on your table in the I.S.U.P.K if you had that much bread.
Right.
I don't see why it'd be in ones.
Right.
You understand? But I'm just making a point. You could have $100,000 in ones if you're a brother and sister in the I.S.U.P.K. It brings total strangers into school into your house. everything will be left just like that.
That's right.
Not if not even better.
Right.
You understand? They'll take all those crumpled dollar bills, open them up. You understand? 20s, rubber band, 20 rubber band.
Right.
And they'll be stacked. That's how much brotherhood and sisterhood there is in the body of Christ.
That's right.
You'll never find that anywhere else. You understand? So when you try to join other nations, you're bringing those problems into your family.
Right.
You bringing those problems of another nation that don't love you into your household.
Right.
So you will get things stolen. You understand? You will start serving their God. And then you're going to have to decide your God and their God. And because you're weak in your flesh, right, the one that actually exists. You understand? But go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 16. Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived.
You understand? Don't let your mind be deceived by the fake love you get from these other nations.
Right.
They might barbecue with you on July 4th during the day. Right. They will do that. White people will do that. But guess what will they do when they go home? You understand? They're calling you all types of derogatory terms you can think of in the bingo book.
Right.
You understand? You they friend and you in your face, they'll act friendly. They'll act like they actually have some compassion and some real niceness in themselves.
Right.
You understand? But once they go home and they ain't in your face no more, you just another nigga, another spig, another wetback, and so forth.
That's right.
You understand? And it's like this motherfucker outside. Well, go ahead.
And ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let yourself be deceived and you start worshiping all these other gods.
That's right.
July 4th is you serving the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? You serving the God of the so-called white man, which is Caesar Borgia.
That's right.
You understand? Which, or well known as Satan. You understand? You go celebrate Christmas, you serving the God of the pagans.
That's right.
Nimrod. You understand? You serving all these other gods and you don't know jack about it.
Right.
You feel my point?
Right.
So we're gonna grab one more. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 5, I believe it is. Yep.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 5. But thus shall ye deal with them.
And this is how you're supposed to deal with these other nations and they gods and they idols. You understand? Go ahead.
Ye shall destroy their altars.
You should destroy their altars. You see you go to the mall and you see these little East Indian place where they serving all Mother Marys, they serving all types of Jesus Christ and all this. No, they don't. How you should deal with them is going around and knocking all that down.
That's right.
You said, don't do it though. Right. Don't do it. That's just how we should look at it. As something to grab something and it was so gross, it just made you so sick, you just got rid of it. You understand? Yeah. That's the whole point. I'm not saying do it because you're gonna go to jail. But that's how you should think in your mind, man. I just want to throw all this on the ground,
right?
Break it and stomp on it and light it up,
right?
That's how you should think in your mind when you see these other altars.
What's so heavy about that too, sir, is when you see you go to any mall in Chicago and they got those stands sitting up right in the middle of the mall, and if you stand there and examine it, I mean, they have like 20 different gods, 20 different things that people take home and pray to.
You understand? They just know how to milk the masses. You understand? They get Mother Marys, they get white Caesar Borgias and quote white Jesus, what you want to believe. You understand? They'll have Buddhas, they'll have Allah, they'll have Ganesh, the elephant. They'll have all the different gods that other religions and other sects and races believe in, just so maybe one day you'll walk by and see the one that you believe in and you'll buy that. They're wise. They know how to market what they got. You understand? But you should just throw it all away and get rid of it like it's trash, because that's what it is. Christianity is trash. Islam is trash. Buddhism, trash. The American flag is trash to trash. 50 stars of trash. You understand? That's the 50 shades of trash, is what I'm saying. You understand? That's the whole point of the matter. No, I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
What's so heavy, sir, is that our people are so, we are such a peaceful people, and such a loving people, man, and want to kick it with them and be with him and think that the Most High love these people, man. And when the scriptures clearly state, like, he claim us. You know, he claim us. He don't claim other nations. He only claim the 12 tribes. And when you go to these Christian churches, man, these pastors are misleading the Most High's people, man, so much, man. It's crazy, man. Got people thinking that God loved the world, God loved everybody on the planet, and it's clear that by people praying to these other molten images and things of that nature, they don't love the Most High.
So point, like they don't. The whole point of that is they don't know what they serve. They just pick something that the like when I was in the world, from Kai's experience, when I was in the world, I started believing. It wasn't that I actually believed and I was following it forever. It was because it sounded like something people should follow. You understand? Because you named it. That's all I just named. But that's the whole point of the matter is you gotta know. Just when it sounds great and pleasant to hear. Of course, it's pleasant to hear that the Lord chose Israel, only Israel. That's great to hear, but think about the things that you can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've been doing things your whole life, but then you read that you're not supposed to do it. That's not pleasant for a period of time.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
If you're a homosexual and you hear homosexuality is not, that's wrong, and the Lord hates you for doing it, it's not pleasant to hear. Right. But the whole point of the matter is it's going to be or help flourish his life.
Right. It's like when I first got into that, when I first came to the I.S.U.P.K, I was being taught banging is a sin. Selling drugs, but we all know that's a sin. It's a white man law, but it's also an abomination. It's practicing witchcraft on your own people when you're selling people cocaine and heroin and stuff. You know, but the scriptures also do tell us too at the same time that his word is not grievous. It's not impossible.
Right.
You can do it.
You know, these laws in these laws in the Bible are not to bind you.
Right.
You understand? They're not to bind you. They're actually to help you be more. I don't want to say the word free because I just cut that to piss a second ago. It's to help you feel more or be more. You can move around. You're more mobile, meaning that you're healthier. You should be happier. Right. You don't have anything to worry about.
Right.
You're gonna say your conscience is free. Right. Your conscience is free. That's what I want to say. Your conscience is free, meaning you don't have anything weighing you down.
Right.
You have no baggage, no luggage you got to carry with you. You understand? That's the whole point of the matter. When you change your life and repent and do all that and get rid of all these other, and forsake the white man and forsake his religions, you are at peace of mind.
That's
now.
right. That's right.
That's the whole point. You're free of. You're free of slavery. You're free of that mental slavery. You understand? But let's finish this though.
And cut down their groves and burn their graven images with
setting fire to these American flags. We should be setting fire to make America great again. We should be setting fire to all that. Don't do it though. We should, but don't do it because I love my brothers not being in jail. I love my sisters not getting killed by the cops.
That's right.
I love that. So you understand? Just deal with it though.
Right.
You understand? Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove right now under the captivity of the so-called white man.
Right.
Once we in the kingdom of heaven, we see all those other altars and all that. Right. It's going in the burn pit.
That's right.
You understand? Right. But right now in this kingdom, deal with it, tolerate it, but still hate it.
That's right.
You understand? Anything else you want to say?
Sir, yeah, I want to listen because we read verse 6. It's so heavy.
Yes, might as well.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Here we go. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
We are a what?
A holy people unto the Lord thy God.
All you black Hispanic, all of us black Hispanic Indian people, we are holy people. I mean, we're a people that the Lord set apart for Himself.
That's right.
Like, you know, how you what is this? When you have like a piece of cake, you have a cake, or you have something that's so great.
A favorite pair of shoes.
You have a favorite pair of shoes. You be like, okay, no, this piece is mine. Right. Y'all gonna have the rest. You understand?
Right.
You have the like piece with the most frosting and the piece that has all the greatest touches to it. You're like, okay, this one's mine.
That's right.
Y'all gonna have the rest. That's how the Lord is Israel. You know, that's how the Lord believes about us or feels about us. we are the side that he said. He's out. Let me say this. However, when you have like a dinner, right? Let's say you're having a dinner with steak and broccoli and this and that, or some salmon. Right. You'll set the taste. You'll set a piece that you want to marinate in your mouth last.
Right.
Yeah, have you ever done that? I do that. When I have salmon, I make sure the salmon is the last thing I take a bite of because the salmon is the most fulfilling. You understand? That's how the Lord is. The Lord set us aside like that big, juicy piece of salmon that he just wants to fill his taste buds with.
That's right.
For the last taste of the night. You understand? That's right. That's how the Lord is. That's what we are there. And we're that piece he had to save.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
The Lord, thy God, has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
You understand? Because you have a special and unique taste. You understand? The thing, we are the salt of the earth. We give the flavor to everything. You understand? We the Lord's flavor.
Right.
You understand? We the flavor that he wants everywhere, all the time.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Above all the people.
You said above all the other nations, above all these other people, the white man, Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, all these other nations, they're bland to him.
That's right.
You understand? They that taste, they that bland taste that you spit on the ground.
Yeah, that's right.
It makes you want to vomit after you put it in your mouth. You understand? He washes away that bland taste with us.
That's right.
You understand? I'm hungry. Yeah, you gotta know. But go ahead.
Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
All the people on the face of the earth.
Wow.
The blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians. The reason we don't feel like that no more is because the so-called white man.
Right.
Why we don't believe we're so special right now is because the white man and his holidays and his religions, because they have bound us to one path of thinking.
Right.
You understand? They've constructed our minds, and we don't think we are so great because we don't see greatness in black people no more. We see superheroes in white people. You know, so we see the superheroes they promote. We see what they can do. They're going to the moon. They building this. They building that. But really, behind the scenes, we're the Energizer Bunny behind everything.
That's right.
You understand? That's right. We the Energizer Bunny.
The ideals, everything, like you said, sir. And what's really so amazing about this verse, this part will say, God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
To himself. That's his whole point.
That's personal.
That's personal. That's personal. Like, I got my favorite pair of boots on right now. That's personal.
Come on.
That's the ones that you want. The ones that you want forever. That you're gonna make sure it gets touched up, polished. Right. You'll get a toothbrush. Every white, black people get white shoes. They get a favorite pair of white shoes, and they clean it with a toothbrush and all that. Right. We that to the Lord. The Lord takes care of us, but he also punishes us when we are doing wrong. Because of course we have actions. Shoes don't.
That's right.
You understand? So with that, so with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Arum. In my hand. Wait for the announcements. Read the announcement.
Sure. Shalom, Israel. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or the sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or the sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21. Malachi 3, 8 and 10. 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher, priest funds, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Memorial of blowing of the trumpets. September the 28th. Announcements, holy convocation. Okay. Remind Akil. If anyone wants. Okay, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. You good, come on. All right. This, we'll just do a 36.